well, I've made my decision. Maybe I wouldn't say it in the first place. You see, this is how it works. I'm being very honest, even on the radio. Probably not real smart, but what the heck, CIA listens to you anyway. So what difference does it make? NSA? Oh, NSA! Oh, NSA! Yeah. Let's talk about you, NSA. That brings me to a point. I got a shocker for you. It's amazing how it works out, isn't it? Let me give you a little shocker here. A shocker. Okay, I wasn't planning on this, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to shock you all. Another shocker. I'm going to tell you a little story here. Any of you all heard about the Pentagon Papers? It was a dramatic event of our history. I mean, it's just another poof, but it was still dramatic in its time. The Pentagon Papers, debriefing confession of a military-industrial complex was coming out in the Pentagon Papers at the height of the war of escalation in Vietnam, a war that they planned to lose, by the way. And we provided information to the enemy through Russia, weapons, equipment, glycerol factory plans the State Department provided to Russia. Oh yeah, to give the VC to fire against our own soldiers. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, please challenge me on that. I have no problem with that one. Yeah, we know about that. The glycerol factory, we know about that. The plans was given to the Soviets. The Soviets built the glycerol factory so they could provide glycerol to the VC. The VC used the glycerol for booby traps. All thanks to the State Department. That's right. The same State Department that put a blockade up to keep Chiang Kai-shek from crossing over Formosa to help us fight the Chinese and the North Koreans. The same State Department put the 7th Fleet there to stop it from happening. Did you know that? Yes, they did. They want to make sure that North Korea remained communist, or would be communist. They want to make sure that China remained communist as well. That's why they did that. Because Chiang Kai-shek had 500,000 men ready to launch an attack on mainland China to take it back, and they would have. But they saw to it that it wouldn't happen by making the 7th Fleet, ordering the 7th Fleet to block Chiang Kai-shek from doing that. I bet you didn't know that, did you? Well, the Pentagon Papers, actually, there's a guy by the name of Paul Barron of the RAND Corporation. My opinion at this point, named after Ayn Rand, RAND Corporation. Ayn Rand, the atheist type lady that wrote Atlas Shrugged, the playbook of the Illuminati. Atlas Shrugged is a playbook by code. And also, she inspired Ron Paul, by the way, by his own words, that he was inspired by Ayn Rand. Anyway, well, Paul Barron of the RAND Corporation, that was a mouthful of introduction, wasn't it? Warned in his words that the bringing home of censors and bugs of war technology would lead us into the most effective, oppressive police state ever created. That's what he said. What do you know? And the federal government, someone in the federal government, maybe they were inspired by the Pentagon Papers, who knows, smuggled out a Xeroxed nightmare, made available. It's a 92-page monograph that somebody smuggled out, kind of like they did the Iron Mountain Report. The title is called Development and Legal Regulation of Coercive Behavior Modification Techniques with Offenders. It's out of stock. I got a copy of it. Yeah, I do. It was funded, basically, through the Department of Health, Education, Welfare. Now, this thesis, this 92-page, actually 97 page, 92 to 97 pages, was political rehabilitation. And you know when it started? It started in the nervous system of the citizen, was what it worked out. Check this out. Follow me here. It talks about a miniaturized radio transmitter implanted inside the brain or the body conversations, locations, and even the sexual response of the subject 24 hours a day. You know what date this thing was? The copy I got is 1971. The year I graduated from high school. The report explains that sewed up inside the body of the subject, along with the transponder, that was old technology then, would be a radio-controlled electrical shock device. And this device could deliver punishment to the offender anywhere in the world. That's 1971. So you could take a trip in 1972, 73 to Italy, Russia, I don't know, Antarctica, who cares? And if they wanted to deliver an electrical shock to your body, they could do it from D.C., from Denver, from wherever the heck they are, Falls Church, from Echelon, West Virginia, I don't know, wherever. Where's Tom at today? He's in South America, in Costa Rica, having fun. Let's fix him up. Let's send an electrical shock to him. Okay, so they dial your DNA up, or whatever it is, or probably then is a serial number. They wouldn't have the DNA identifiers then. They dial up that, I guess, the code for that transponder, and hit the old, whatever it is, point, and boom! Ow, man, what's wrong? I got electrical shock. No, you just had too much tequila, man. Was that Jamaica? Jamaica? No, I didn't make it at all. I left. She left me. I got electrical shock. Killed everything. Can you imagine? I am not joking here. This is no joking here at all. Family, this is real. I got to document it. The offenders in this case for this particular experiment was Professor Ralph K. It sounds like some German Wusselmeister. Schitzwesebel of Harvard University. Did you know that Harvard was a member university of Tavistock? Tavistock is a think tank of the Illuminati under the Royal Institute of International Affairs, which is part of the Round Table, which funnels information to the Committee of the 300 Illuminati. Did you know that? And this was a point where they were dwelling on homosexuals. And later in the monograph, you will read they get into offenders' financial matters and disputes over financial obligations. Can you imagine Bankers Trust saying, we'll stop the shocks daily if you pay your bill. But if you don't pay your bill, we'll continue shocking you at 3 o'clock whenever we want to. Family, they can deliver a heart attack. Did you know that? Now they will identify you through your DNA frequency. They can just dial you up. Anyway, this paper talked about not miniaturized, but micro miniaturization, and today they have nanotechnology. You ever heard of nanobots? Oh yeah. So what this micro miniaturization does, it brings on. I'm gonna finish this up. You're gonna enjoy this.
Hello, God. If we're still on speaking.